Hi, this is Beth. I am the mission commander for our Mission Lace series, and I'm here to show you some of the tools that we recommend for this particular mission. These are some of my personal favorite tools for working lace knitting projects. So to start out with here, this is the yarn for the pattern if you're doing the Cascadas top with us. If you look at our blog post, there are a couple other patterns that feature the exact same lace pattern from the designer. You're welcome to choose one of those as well. The techniques that we're learning to do the lace stitches will apply to those projects as well. But if you'd like to join me in knitting along on the Lacy Tee, this is the yarn that we're using. This is the Manos del Uruguay Serena, with a really lovely palette of colors available right now. And it's a really soft blend of baby alpaca and Pima cotton that's just going to work into a luxuriously soft little summer top with our little lace yoke that we're learning how to do in our mission. So in addition to the yarn, here's some of the things that you will find in my project bag for this mission. So I'm going to start over here. So this is a pattern holder, and we have these in the small or the large size. This is the smaller size. So in your bag, it can just go ahead and close up like this. Keep your pattern safe. And then when you're ready to work on your pattern, it opens up. It comes with a nice pin and a little pocket for your other accessories as well. And then you can go ahead and take this snap and snap it together here, and it'll stand up. And this is really wonderful for working lace charts because it keeps those charts right at eye level for you. It also comes with magnets to hold your pattern and this long magnetic bar that you can use to mark your place as you're working up that lace chart. So again, this comes in small or large. This is the smaller one. The larger one would be suitable for this project as well. If you've looked at the pattern specifications, we list 3 different needle sizes. If this is your first time doing a top-down garment, that might seem like a lot of different needles, and the reason is when we start at the top of the garment here, we need a small circumference. So that's what we're using our 16-inch needle for. And then as we increase out of our yoke, we're going to get into larger and larger needle sizes. So I recommend getting a 16, a 24, and a 32-inch in your chosen needle type. I'm using the Knitter's Pride Dreams, the wood needles for this. I like how it works with cotton yarn, but the metal needles would be fine as well. And you will need all 3 of those sizes. When it comes time to do the sleeves, you can decide you can either do them on double pointed needles, which you would need an extra set of needles, but I personally like to do the magic loop because then I can just reuse this 32-inch needle that I'm using for the body of the garment to do the sleeves. So that's one less needle, and I really love doing the magic loop method for sleeves. And we'll get into that later in the mission. Our next things here, this is one of my favorite multi-tools. So this is the Maker's Keep from Coco Knits. So the bracelet part is the Maker's Keep, and it's a really neat idea. So it basically is a one-size-fits-all slap bracelet style bracelet there with a magnetic panel. And I really like these for my lace projects because it keeps your row counter right there. So this is a row counter that's sold separately. It can be used individually or it sticks right to the Maker's Keep. And as you're working each row, because it's very important to keep track of where you are with lace projects, as you're working each row, you can just click up. And when it's time to throw it in your bag, it has a little latch to keep it from clicking so you won't accidentally get lost in your project, because that's one of the pitfalls of lace, is getting lost from where you are. It also holds some of our other tools. So when I'm doing lace, I always keep a stitch fixer handy. This is the Coco Knit stitch fixer. So it's double-ended hooks. It's great for grabbing those little dropped stitches or correcting mistake stitches. So I always keep one of those in my bag. And the nice thing is it will attach right to your Maker's Keep, as will these stitch markers. If you've looked at our pattern page, I recommend the Coco Knit stitch markers as well, not only because they attach to our Maker's Keep, but because they come in a ton of different colors. One of the ways that I keep track of where I am in a lace pattern is to put a stitch marker between each of the repeats of the lace. So you can see here, this is one repeat of the lace. We're going to be doing that many times around the yoke, depending on your size. I like to mark off every one of those repeats, so I always can find out if I'm off track much sooner than before I get to the end of a round of hundreds of stitches. And so the Coco Knits are really great, and they will also stick to your Maker's Keep, so you can keep them handy as you're working that. I like to have a little tapestry needle with me. So this is one of the Coco Knits tapestry needles in one of our small teak needle holders to keep it safe in your bag. So these are really cute. It's a really cute way to keep that needle safe. I like to keep a tapestry needle with me when we're doing lace so I can continue to add lifelines to my project as I go along through the lace. And we'll talk about lifelines more as the mission progresses. And for garments, I always have my stitch holders so that when I get to the sleeves, these are my favorite ones from Clover. They come in a package like this. They come in short or long. For this project, I've picked out 2 of the short ones, one for each sleeve. So as we work down the top of the garment, when we get to those sleeves, we're going to put those stitches on hold. So you can see this has a needle end. You just slide right through your stitches. Then when they're all on there, it goes through this little foam hole and keeps all of your stitches safe on hold. And so this is one of my favorite tools. So we have 2 of them in the bag for working our lace stitches, and then when we get to the sleeves, having them safely on hold there. And finally, I'm going to talk about highlighter tape. It's exactly what it sounds. It's a little tape that acts like a highlighter. So when you're working in a complicated pattern, this is a really great tool for just marking where you are. So marking where you stop for the day, you can use it in lieu of the pattern holder. You can use it to mark what row you're on the lace charts. So it's really cool. It comes in lots of different colors. This happens to be the orange. Put a little piece on, it will go right over your pattern but still show you what's underneath. And you can reuse it a lot. So when I'm doing lace charts, I can peel this up and put it back down several times throughout the course of the pattern. So we have these as well in a couple of different colors. And so these are some of the tools that we recommend that are my personal favorites if you're joining us on Mission Lace or if you're doing any Mission Lace projects in the future. Most of them are available on our web store. You can always find them in our shop or by giving us a call. If you have any questions, just let us know, but we're happy to see you on Mission Lace.